And we are back here at Firestone Stadium, home of the Akron Racers. And right now it's number 3 seed St. Joseph's Lady Bears taking on the number 6 seed Penn State Mount Alto Lady Lions. Once again, the winner of this contest will take on the winner of our first game, St. Mary of the Wood, who took the first game 5-2-1 in the opening contest against Judson College. Once again, this is the USCAA National Championships of Softball here on ESPN Williamsport.com. Coming to this contest, Penn State and Mount Alto, 3 losses on the year, St. Joseph's 7. Now let's go down to Todd Bartley, who's there as St. Joseph's head coach Frank Carbone.
Number 12, Melissa Simo. And number 23, Christina Quintana. The starting lineup, leading off and playing shortstop, number 25, Milicia Malvazio. Batting second, the second baseman, number 16, Danielle Marino. Hitting third, the third baseman, number 4, Lisa Shear. Fourth, the pitcher, number 9, Allison Shiramonte.
Thanks a lot, Todd.
Batting fifth, the catcher,
and now we get to the starting lineups for St. Joseph's. Leading off, playing short, Milicia Malvazio. Batting second, the second baseman, Danielle Marino. Batting third, the third baseman, Lisa Shear. Batting fourth and cleaning up the pitcher, Allison Charamonte. At catcher, Kaylin Katavis. In right field, number 29, Andrea Sidelli. At first, Emily Palmieri. The designated player bats 8th. That's Lauren Norris. And then Jackie Marinello is the left fielder for St. Joseph's. The flex player is the center fielder, number 30, Megan Moran. For Penn State Mount Alto, it's leading off Kaylee Poole, the shortstop, number 2. Right fielder, Kira Flegel is batting second. Helena DeShong is batting third and playing center. Cleanup hitter Laura Dell bats in the cleanup spot. She's also behind the dish at catcher. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Sheriel Ray. On first, Alicia Morgan. Batting seventh, Amber Zanoble playing second base. In left is Sarah Pogel. She bats eighth in the lineup. The designated players, Casey Brow, and she rounds out the lineup. The flex player is USCAA All-American pitcher Christian Gates. And we'll have the first pitch of this contest right on the other side of the 30-second break. This is the USCAA National Invitation Tournament of Softball here on ESPN Williamsport.com. Back at Firestone Stadium here in Akron as we're just about set for the first pitch of this contest between the St. Joseph's Lady Bears and the Lady Lions of Penn State Mount Alto. 3-seed Bears facing the number 6 seed Lady Lions, winner to go on to play against St. Mary of the Wood in the second round. Now it's the lineups. I'm Trevor Turner here on ESPN Williamsport.com. And taking the field first will be the Lady Bears of St. Joseph's. On the mound, it is Allison Charamonte, All-American, the USCAA. Her counterpart, Christian Gates, also playing in this contest on the other side for Penn State Mount Alto. She will not bat, while Charamonte will be the cleanup hitter for St. Joseph's. Taking a warm-up pitches, throwing down to second is Dell, the catcher, and we're just about underway here. Kaylee Poole will lead off the top of the first inning. She playing shortstop. And she digs in right now as Poole will set. She will bat right-handed. We are just about underway here in the second contest of the USCAA National Invitation Tournament. Firing is Chiaramonte, and the first pitch is in there on the outside corner for strike one. Light wind has started to breeze inwards, about 58 degrees, clear skies. Chiaramonte winds, fires, herky-jerky delivery, and it's outside. Third baseman Ray is in. Or Shear, I should say. Chiaramonte on the 1-1. This one's chopped foul behind the dish. Going to chase is Kakavis. And we'll have 1 and 2. On the season, Chiaramonte, 16-1 record, 1.12 ERA. All-American for that reason. 1-2 pitch, fouled down the right field side towards the dugout of Penn State Mount Alto, and we'll do it again. Allison Chiaramonte started 16 games this season, 19 total appearances, 16 wins, 136 strikeouts, just 11 walks. Here at the renovated Firestone Stadium in Akron, popped up is the 1-2, back behind the net. We'll go 5 rows deep into the crowd, and we'll do it once again. 1-2 count on Kaylee Poole, the leadoff hitter in the top of the first inning. No score between Penn State Mount Alto and St. Joseph's of Bklyn. St. Joseph's of Bklyn, about 4,800 students. Initially founded as a women's college, now is co-ed. 2-2 count. Chiaramonte fires. Inside, ball 3. So staying alive is Kaylee Poole and has forced a full count now. The leadoff hitter with nobody on and nobody out in the top of the first. Dusting off the dish in the circle at the pitcher's spot is Chiaramonte. Having a word is Frank Carbone, the official, and a ball is replaced. 0-0 the score. It's the USCAA Championships, and now some controversy with the ball. They will replace it, and number 9 on the mound will do it again. Or in the circle, I should say. Wind blowing out to left field. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded sharply to the third base side. It's just foul as it went over the line just prior to reaching the base. And we'll do it again. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. The right-hander Kaylee Poole standing in. Firing 3-2. Looped into right center field. Is it down? Going to the sliding catch is Sedelli. She makes the first out of the contest. And there is 1 away in the top of the first.
Batting in the second position.
A great play going to her knees with Sedelli. I thought that one might drop in. Sedelli came in and she made the play. Kara Flegel comes in to hit now. She is the second batter in the lineup. First pitch, swung on, fouled back. It's strike 1. Flegel, the right fielder. Batting right-handed against the right-handed Chiaramonte. 0-1 pitch. High and outside. No, they're going to say it was a strike. So 0-2. 2 strikes now on Kara Flegel. Flegel, Carlisle High School, the freshman from Gardner's, PA. 0-2 pitch is low and outside, and we have one ball on her now. 1-2 count, 1 out, nobody on the top of the first. No score. 1-2 pitch is hit up in the air on the infield to the shortstop Malvazio. She makes the catch running towards the mound, and we have 2 away. Helena DeShong now to bat. She's the center fielder, number 21. Helena DeShong from Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, the sophomore. A lot of times these Penn State branch campuses feature young lineups, primarily of freshmen and sophomores. First pitch is low for ball 1. Chiaramonte on the mound, one of the best pitchers in this tournament. Only 11 walks on the season. 1-0 pitch. This one's low as well. Fastball is just under the knees, and we have 2-0 as Helena DeShong works herself into a hitter's count. See the hills in the backdrop of this stadium as Chiaramonte delivers the first strike of the at-bat, 2-1. The hills beyond center field layered, somewhat artificially looking, 2-1. Pitch outside. Now they're going to say it was hit the corner, so it is 2-2 now on Helena DeShong. Chiaramonte winds, delivers. This one's hit right back to Chiaramonte, just overhead to the second baseman. She bobbles it, throws it, and Marino's throw is late, getting to Palmieri, and we have our first base run of the contest. Helena DeShong gets an infield single. Little blooper to second base. A difficult spot just over the head of Chiaramonte, who did not drop, instead opted to jump for it and couldn't get a hold of it. Lordell, the catcher, now digs in. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. Lordell, also from Shippensburg, can play third as well as catching. 0-1 pitch, swung on the inside corner, strike two. So 2 strikes on Lordell, no score in the top of the first between Penn State and Mont Alto and St. Joseph's of Bklyn. 2-1 count, I should say. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs on Lordell. Runner on first. She runs. The throw down to second, way offline. And in there with the stolen bases, Helena DeShong. She reaches second on the 2-1 pitch. It's now 3-1. Chiaramonte throwing a lot of pitches, but in softball, you can work those pitch counts a little bit farther. 3-1 pitch. Catches the corner, I should say 2-2 pitch. Catches the outside corner, and retired are the Lady Lions of Penn State Mont Alto. They go down 1 hit, no runs, 1 left on for St. Joseph's. Malvasio, Marino, and Shear to lead off the bottom of the first. 0-0 the score. This is the USCAA Softball Championship on ESPNWillingsport.com.
Joseph's College.
Leading off the top of the bottom of the first inning, I should say, Melisha Malvasio for the St. Joseph's Lady Bears. She's the leadoff hitter and takes ball 1 low and inside. On the mound, Christian Gates for Penn State Mont Alto. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. Trevor Turner alongside Todd Bartley on ESPNWillingsport.com. 1-0 pitch. Pulls back the bunt, does Malvasio, and we have 2-0. Working to a pitcher's count, Todd.
Yeah, we saw in the first game with Geltz getting ahead early in the count, critical to success.
2-0 pitch inside as well. But they're saying it caught the corner, so 2-1 now the count on Malvasio.
By the way, the fans from Bklyn don't need to worry, even though you have 2 umpires from Pennsylvania. Talk to both guys. One of them actually is from a neighborhood in Ohio, and he's a transplant to PA.
So a fake Pennsylvania umpire as the 2-2 pitch is in there for a strike. Now 2 strikes on Malvasio. 355 on the season. Pitch is in, fouled back to the net. We'll do it again. 2-2 count in the bottom of the first. Nobody on. The leadoff hitter, Militia Malvasio.
First team to advance earlier today. St. Mary of the Woods is the number 2 seed. Will be playing later tonight at 6 o'clock in a winner's bracket game, forcing Judson into a loser's bracket game, same time on field number 2.
And it will be the winner of this contest against St. Lady of the Woods. And the loser will play Judson. Of course, Judson not out of the tournament yet. Have to lose twice. 2-2 the count. Nobody out on Malvasio. The delivery. Righty throws a strike 3 high as Malvasio goes chasing, and we have one away in the bottom of the first.
Batting in the second position,
Danielle Marino now checks in, the right-hander. Number 16, second baseman. All-American in the USCAA this year. Looks at the first pitch, and it's in there for strike 1. Danielle Marino leads the team with a .472 average in 72 at-bats this year. The 0-1 pitch. Outside, it's lined to second base, and jumping for that ball is the Noble, and we have 2 away.
Nice athletic ability up the ladder to make the play at second base.
Number 4, Lisa Shear.
Lisa Shear checks in next, the third baseman. Wasn't an All-American, but made honorable mention. Number 3 hitter in the lineup. First pitch swung on, strike 1. Chase the pitch on the outside. Shear, 366 on the year, 1 home run, 24 RBI, third on the team in RBI. 0-1 pitch on the hands, fisted out to short, leaping for that ball, and catching it is Poole. And the side is retired. 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, none left aboard. Ray Morgan and Zanoble due up for Penn State Mount Alto in the top of the second. 0-0 the score. This is the USCAA Softball Championship on ESPNWilliamsport.com.
Third baseman, number 15,
Top of the second inning here at Firestone Stadium in Akron, Ohio. 0-0 the score between the number 6 seed Penn State Mount Alto Lady Lions and third seeded Lady Bears of St. Joseph's in Bklyn. Top of the second inning, first pitch fouled back by Sheriel Ray, the third baseman for the Lady Lions. Ray stands in as a right-hander, plays third base in the field, is the number 5 batter in the lineup. 0-1 pitch hit sharply to the first base side, just goes foul under the outstretched glove of Palmieri, the first baseman, and it's 0-2 quickly on Sheriel Ray. Allison Charamonte on the mound, or in the circle, I should say. 0-2 pitch. This one's grounded. Check swing over to the first base side. We'll do it again. Charamonte led this tournament last year in strikeouts. Was an USCAA All-American this year and figures to be one of the best pitchers in the tournament again this year. 0-2 pitch on Ray. Pitch is fisted over to the first base side, and once again, the third straight foul over that way towards the coach's box next to the first base side.
Talk about getting sawed off.
Yeah.
She's fighting it off every time.
Right on the fist. Charamonte working her inside. Chiaramonte on the 0-2. Swung on. This one's grounded back to the pitcher. She fields, throws down to first, and we have out number 1 as Palmieri squeezes 1-3 on the first out of the inning. 1 away. Alicia Morgan due up next.
That's not an easy play, Trevor. You have the ball, the runner, and the first baseman in the first base bag all arriving at the same spot at the same time, and the throw went right into the runner.
First pitch on Morgan is in there, strike 1 as Morgan swung through an outside changeup. Off-speed pitch catches the corner. 0-1 now, high, and she went fishing on that one. 0-2 quickly as she chases a pitch. High and inside. Alicia Morgan, the first baseman. 0-2 pitch, low at the knees, and ball 1 as Chiaramonte working quickly here in the top of the second inning. No score, none aboard. And they're going to give an error as we see 2-2 now on Morgan as that pitch misses low and inside. We're going to see an error on the second baseman, Zanoble, in that last half inning that got DeShong aboard. So no hit so far for either team. 2-2 pitch, fouled away at the fists, and we'll do it again. Alicia Morgan standing in. Number 23 from Mount Union, Pennsylvania, the freshman. Went to Mount Union Area High School. Pitch outside, grounded to her own dugout. 2-2 it stays. As Coach Bobby Davis looks that ball at his feet. The rolling, artificial-looking hills of Akron, Ohio.
Now, speaking of Bobby Davis from Mont Alto.
As this ball is chopped to short, throwing over to first to Palmieri and just gets her in time. As Malvasio struggled with that ball, but Palmieri squeezes it for the second out.
Perfect example of not panicking on a ball that runs up your arm. She settled. Nice strong throw.
Now checking in, 7th hitter in the lineup, Amber Zanoble, the second baseman. Right-handed, stands in, righty-righty matchup. First pitch, grounded right back to the plate. That'll be a foul ball.
Visiting with Bobby Davis from Penn State Mont Alto before the game. He's actually coming home, so to speak, here to Akron because he spent a lot of time down by the river in St. Clairsville, Ohio.
0-1 pitch is fouled back to the net. Big Ohio-Pennsylvania connection I'm feeling on the umpire side, on the coach's side, and my fellow broadcaster over here as well.
We were sharing different stories, and one of the stories that he tells is St. Clairsville is right in the neighborhood of Steubenville, and I'm sure you've heard of them. Zach Caleras, who plays for University of Cincinnati, former Steubenville quarterback.
0-2 pitch, strike 3 on Zanoble. She's retired, and we'll head to the bottom of the second coming up next. 1-2-3, no hits, no runs, no errors. Chiaramonte, Kakavis, and Sedelli to lead off the bottom of the second. This is USCAA softball on ESPNWillingsport.com. Back here at Firestone Stadium in Akron, Ohio, as Chiaramonte lifts the 0-1 pitch over to short, drifting back to get it is Poole. She squeezes it for out number 1 in the bottom of the second inning. Chiaramonte flying out, and we have 1 away. No score, no hit so far in this contest in the bottom of the second inning between St. Joseph's of Bklyn and Penn State Mount Alto. Caitlin Kakavis digs in with 1 out. First pitch, riser is high, out of the zone, ball 1. Kakavas, the catcher, second on the team with a .453 batting average, 31 RBI, also good for second on the squad. First pitch in there for strike one. Or second pitch, I should say. 1-1 now to count. The delivery from Gates, foul back, and we have 2 strikes. Outfield shaded slightly over to the left side. Infield balanced up with nobody aboard. Christian Gates playing the flex spots and pitcher. 1-2 pitch. This one's popped up in the infield right back to Gates. She squeezes it, takes 3 steps off the mound, and we have out number 2.
In the 6th position.
Now up, Andrea Sadelli, the right fielder, checks in. Sadelli, 327 on the year. That is the 6th best mark on the team. She stands in the first lefty we've seen so far in this contest. First pitch is on the outside corner, ball 1. Just too far off, left of the plate from my vantage point. As we see field 2 in the distance, that will be host to the losers bracket. The loser of this game will play in that one. As the 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 1, and of course, the losers bracket could still yield the champion of this tournament. You need 2 losses to be out of it. The 1-1. Strike 2 as Sadelli swings through that one. And now it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Nobody aboard and no score so far. A duel of All-American pitchers. 1-2. Strike 3 as she swings through that one on the outside corner. 1-2-3. A quick inning for Christian Gates. No hits, no runs, no errors, none left aboard. Rapogel, Browl, and Poole due up for Penn State Mount Alto in the top of the 3rd. This is USCAA softball on ESPNWilliamsport.com. Back at Firestone Park here in Akron, Ohio, Penn State Mount Alto and St. Joseph's. And we mentioned a bit of a connection between coaches. Now let's go over to Todd Barley, who's speaking with Coach Carbone of St. Joseph's, who in the city of Bklyn, obviously not so much used to this rural area.
Trevor, thanks very kindly. Kind enough to be joined by St. Joe's head coach Frank Carbone. Coach, a couple of innings under your belt now, finishing 3rd last year. So far, so good?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the first inning jitters, we got through them, a couple of little blips there, but we did find they're settling in now, getting comfortable, feeling their groove, particularly Allie, who's now starting to find the rhythm at the mound.
Now, in these tournaments, as we've seen, hitting becomes a premium, and now you're starting to see some of those swinging bunts to try to get runners on.
Yeah, I think what they're realizing here now is that Allison's overpowering, so I think they're adjusting very well to that. So obviously we have to make sure that we're sharp and on our toes defensively. Hitting's a premium, but it's more defense. I mean, the team, quite frankly, that makes the most errors here is going to be going home.
So they appreciate the visit. Good luck the rest of the way.
Good, thank you. Good.
Trevor, back up to you.
Thanks a lot, Todd, as 1-1 pitch in there for ball 2. And with Sarah Pogel at the plate, a little bit of an interesting situation there during that interview. She brushed off a pitch, the first one of the at-bat, went off her knee, came up hobbled a little bit, but she's back in there now facing a 2-1. Swings at this one, it's grounded back to the net. And we just heard from Coach Frank P. Carbone of St. Joseph's of Bklyn, number 3 seed in this tournament. clearly have some quality players, especially 2 through 5 in the order. Pitch is grounded over to the left side, and we'll do it again with 2 strikes on Sarah Plogel. Pogel batting from the left side. Outfield still shaded over to left field, however, and she swings way behind a fastball on the inside, and that is strike 3 for a Pogel. She goes down, and that's our first out of the top of the 3rd inning. Next up, the 9-hitter designated player Casey Browell stands in right-handed at the plate. Takes the first pitch, low and outside, ball 1 from Allison Chiaramonte. Number 9 on the dish in the center of the infield. 1-0 pitch through the middle, strike 3, or strike 1, I should say. She strung right through that one, and it's 1-1 now on Browell. Casey Browell of Penn State Mont Alto, the number 9 hitter at the plate right now. This one is fisted off towards her own dugout. Once again, I'm seeing a lot of that here for the first 3 innings. Top of the 3rd, no score between Penn State Mont Alto and St. Joseph's of Bklyn. Chiaramonte on the mound. This one is hit softly to the right side, right in front of the glove of Palmiero. She cannot grab it, and it'll be 1-2 once again on Casey Browell. Palmieri went over to her dugout, kind of went right through the coach, Bobby Davis of Penn State Mont Alto, to get to that ball. Just not quite sly enough. The 1-2 on the outside corner, strike 3, and that's the 3rd straight strikeout for Allison Chiaramonte.
The shortstop.
So now 2 away in the top of the 3rd. Kaylee Poole at the plate. The shortstop trying to get something going here with 2 outs, no score, as the outfield shades over to the right side. Big gap in left center. The first pitch is low and inside for ball 1. No hits for either team so far in the top of the 3rd inning. 1 base runner for Penn State Mont Alto. It was Helena DeShong who got on board in the first on an error by the second baseman. The 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. And here's the 1-1. This one's hit right back up the middle. Base hit, the first hit of the contest, right through the center. Chiaramonte went to her knees, couldn't get it. And we have our first base runner as Kaylee Poole reaches first base. Grounded that one right back up the middle, and Moran got her hands on the ball for the first time this contest. Kira Flegel now digs in. 0 for 1 in the contest. She had a pop out to the shortstop in the first inning on a 1-2 pitch. Flegel plays right field. First pitch, fisted back. Diving to the ground is Chiaramonte, throwing to first, lob throw, no good. Going all the way over to 3rd is Poole now, and there are 2 aboard, runners on 1st and 3rd. Chiaramonte gets the hustle but can't get the play. And now Penn State Mont Alto threatening with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Chiaramonte may have made that one more difficult than it had to be.
Number 21, Helena DeShong.
Helena DeShong was, prior to this inning, the only base runner of the entire game for either squad. Reached first base and got eventually to second on a stolen base on an error on a pop fly, infield pop fly, that the second baseman Marino couldn't handle. 2 outs, runners on 1st and 3rd in the top of the 3rd. First round action here at the USCAA Softball Invitational. This one's grounded to 3rd base, just foul, as Shear lets that one go. Shear had a play on it, did Lisa Shear. Could have picked it up and thrown it to first. Decided to let it roll foul. It's 0-1. Chiaramonte in a little bit of a jam here. Outfield straight away. Corner slightly in on the infield. 0-1. This one's grounded back to the dugout of St. Joseph's, and it'll be 0-2 now. Chiaramonte getting ahead of the hitter here in the top of the 3rd inning. This is the first round action of the USCAA Softball National Invitational Tournament. 8 teams, double elimination format. The winner of this one plays the winner of the first game, St. Mary of the Wood, in the second round. 0-2 pitch from Chiaramonte. Outside corner, ball 1. Ball's on the ground and going over to second base is Kira Flegel. bit of a wild pitch perhaps, but it certainly didn't go far from the catcher. Good heads-up base running from Flegel. And now 2 runners on board, second and third. Flegel at second, Poole at third. DeShong at the plate. With a 1-2 count, 2 outs, top of the third inning. The 1-2, swung on, and it's a hit out to left field. That will score a run. Staying at third base is Flegel, and throwing over to second. And now a little bit of an action here. Going down to third and coming home finally is Poole, as the throw to second caught the entire defense off guard, and there were 2 runs scored on that line drive to left field. Flegel advanced, or DeShong I should say, advanced to second on the throw and gets 2 RBI. So a single and 2 RBI for Helena DeShong on an interesting sequence of events here at Firestone Stadium. Charamonte got in trouble. She had the first 2 out. It was the 3rd straight strikeout and the 4th strikeout in 7 batters on Casey Brow with 2 outs in this very inning. And then things just unraveled a little bit. Kaylee Poole had a ground ball right through the middle, got on base, then a ground ball right back to the pitcher, couldn't be handled, and Flegel got on base. That advanced Poole to third, and then DeShong lined that one into left field. It scored Poole easily. Flegel initially held up, and then went home when the throw went to second, as DeShong is now in there at second base. Laura Dell at the plate takes strike 1. Lady Lions lead the Lady Bears 1-0, or 2-0 I should say, in the top of the 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch fisted over to the right side is foul, as Palmieri reaches down and throws it back to her pitcher. Helena DeShong gets 2 RBI and went to second. She's there right now. 0-2 pitch, outside, strike 3. So Charamonte strikes out the side, but in the process gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, just 1 left aboard, and no errors. 2-0 the lead for Mount Alto. Bottom of the 3rd, Palmieri, Norris, and Marinello coming up next. This is USCAA softball on ESPNWilliamsport.com. Back here at Firestone Stadium in Akron, Ohio. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Penn State Mount Alto just scored 2 in the top of the 3rd. And now the Lady Bears of St. Joseph's a little shell-shocked, trying to respond. Emily Palmieri at the plate, batting right-handed. Looks at the first pitch, in there for strike 1. So far, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors for Penn State Mount Alto, the 6th seed, the underdog in this contest. St. Joseph's, no runs, no hits, 1 error. 0-1 pitch, fisted back to the net. It's strike 2 as the foul ball will count there. Wind blowing out to left field. And there are 2 different fences at this park, 300 feet for the professionals, and then a smaller fence set up for this collegiate tournament. 0-2 pitch, rise ball, ball 1, high, out of the zone. And Palmieri stands in there and will get a 1-2 count coming up next. Palmieri, 309 on the year, 17 RBI, 1 home run. 1-2 pitch, swings at it, strike 3, and the first batter's retired, the 2nd straight strikeout for Christian Gates. Lauren Norris now up to bat, the designated player batting in the 8 hole. It is the bottom of the third inning here in Akron, Ohio at the USCAA Softball National Invitational Tournament. First pitch on the inside corner, but ball one as it just missed the zone. Ray, Pools, and Oberlin Morgan in the infield for Penn State Mount Alto. Dell behind the dish. 1-0 pitch outside, ball two. Norris 2-14 on the year in 42 at-bats. The 2-0, low at the knees, but they're going to say it was in there for a strike as the off-speed pitch found the corner, and Lauren Norris has her first strike of the ball game. It's our first at-bat in the bottom of the third. That shows you how well Gates has been pitching. 1-2 pitch is in there for strike two, high in the zone. And now 2 strikes on Lauren Norris, who has nobody aboard and nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. And now foul tips the 2-2 pitch back to the catcher's mitt, then finally back to the net. And we'll do it again. Norris standing in. The third baseman, Ray, has creeped in just a little bit. The 2-2. Rise ball on the outside corner, strike three. Lauren Norris is retired, and that is the third straight strikeout now for Christian Gates. 2 All-American pitchers in this contest, and they're dueling right now. Jackie Marinello now digs in with 2 outs, in the bottom of the third inning. Gates delivers outside, ball one. That one missed by a pretty healthy margin. The 1-0 pitch. High in the zone, strike one as Marinello swung right through it. He'll have 1-1 count. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. First round action, the number 3 seeded St. Joseph's Lady Bears and the number 6 seeded Penn State Mount Alto Lady Lions. 1-1 pitch, fouled back. Tipped off the top of the bat. And Marinello has 2 strikes on her. This would be the 4th straight strikeout for Christian Gates, and the 5th of the contest in total. 1-2 pitch. This one's popped up on the infield. Going towards the bat is the catcher. She dives and can't come up with it. So Dell cannot come up with that play, and that keeps Marinello alive. Had trouble tracking it, dove down towards the grass, but couldn't come up with it. Morgan was charging as well. She may have been in a better position to catch it. So Laura Dell, that will be an error on her. One-two pitch coming up here. Christian Gates fires. Checking the swing as that ball is out of the zone. And they're saying she held up. So Marinello has worked her way into a 2-2 count. Two and two. Gates delivers. Low, ball 3 now, so a full count on Jackie Marinello. Marinello, 326 on the year, 9 RBI. The payoff pitch with 2 outs. Grounded sharply to short. Throwing over to first. Palmieri squeezes it, or Morgan squeezes, I should say, and that is out number 3. 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, none left aboard. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Ray, Morgan, and Zenoble up for Penn State Mount Alto. This is the USCAA National Invitational Tournament on ESPNWillingsport.com. top of the fourth here at Firestone Stadium in Akron, Ohio. And now Todd Bartley has coach Bobby Davis of Penn State, Mount Alto down on the field. Todd?
Bobby Davis, Lady Lions head coach, now joins me. And coach, in-game adjustment after an early dominating performance by St. Joe's pitcher. You guys made an adjustment, scored 2 runs.
Yeah, we it always takes us an inning or so to go. We're not a quick out-of-the-box type team, so they need to see a batter a while. Little pitcher.
And then one of those runs as well was lended to itself by very aggressive base running.
Well, we spend a lot of time on base running, very aggressive base running. Sometimes someone told me I get more people thrown out than anybody alive. And I score more runs than anybody either, so there you go. But we are very aggressive on the bases.
All right, and finally, this is kind of a coming home party for you. Not quite back down by the river in St. Clairsville, but Akron will do, won't it?
Being back in Ohio is always good.
Thanks for the visit. Good luck the rest of the way.
Okay, thank you.
Trevor, back up to you, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Todd. And obviously that connection, Pennsylvania and Ohio, as Sheriel Ray grounds this ball. It was the 2-2 pitch down to first base. Stepping on the bag is Palmieri, and there's one away. So a slew of Pennsylvania and Ohio connections here at Firestone Stadium. And that's just one more, Bobby Davis. Now the first pitch is grounded right down to her feet is the second baseman Marino, and Alicia Morgan, before I can even announce her name, is gone. So quickly 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning. Mount Alto scored 2 in the top of the 3rd inning to bring us to our current score of 2-0. Amber Zanoble checks in now. She struck out in the second. First pitch popped up on the infield, right back to Sharon Monte. She drops it. It rolls back to the catcher, and Zanoble is aboard on first. So a poor mistake there by Charamonte, using just one hand to squeeze instead of 2. And on first is Zanoble. She gets aboard with an error on the pitcher. Sarah Rapogel not checking in. She struck out in the 3rd inning on a strikeout. On first base is Zanoble. And Rapogel looks at the first pitch on the outside, strike 1. 2-0 the score. Lady Lions on top of the Lady Bears in the top of the 4th inning. 1-0 pitch, fouled back to the net, down the third base side. And the count will run to 1-1 on Rapogel. 1-1 the count, 1 aboard. It's Zanoble on first, 2-0 the score. Penn State, Mount Alto on top. This one is grounded back to the net. It's 1-2 now on Sarah Rapogel. Todd catching up with some more people who have that Ohio-Pennsylvania connection.
They're all over the place today.
Umpires, coaches, broadcasters alike. I'm sure some parents in the crowd as well. Pitch on the outside corner. That's ball 1 on Rapogel. So a 1-2 count now on the left fielder. Has 1 aboard. It's Zanoble as, well, it looked like Sharamonte had gotten through the inning, but then had an error as taking off is Zanoble down to second base, and safe is Zanoble, who takes off running. Kakafas just late on the throw. Marino couldn't get the tag down quite in time. There'll now be a runner on second as Zanoble steals the second base of the game for Penn State Mount Alto. DeShong stole in the first. Zanoble now in the 4th. 2-0 lead in the top of the 4th. Pitch on the upper inside corner, foul down the third base side. Picking up Bashir, throws back to her pitcher, and we'll do it again.
It's like Bobby Davis said. They're the most aggressive base running team you're going to find. He says, hey, we get a lot of people throwing out, but we also score a lot of runs.
Aggressiveness is the name of the game for this team. The 2-2 pitch with 2 outs, grounded to second base. Between her legs, Marino throws to first to Palmieri, gets the 3rd out, and Sharamonte gets out of the inning that could have gone very poorly with that error. No hits, no runs, 1 left aboard with an error. It's Malvasio, Marino, and Shearer due up in the bottom of the 4th inning. Penn State Mount Alto 2, St. Joseph 0. It's USCAA softball on ESPN Williamsport.com. Bottom of the fourth here at Firestone Stadium in Akron, Ohio. Militia Malvasio leading off the inning for St. Joseph's, who trailed 2-0 to the Lady Lions of Penn State Mont Alto. 0-1 the count. This one's hit down the left field side over the dugout. It'll be a foul as the fly ball ends up by those bleachers, those not even occupied bleachers down the left field line.
Well, at least occupied today.
Not today.
At this very moment.
At this very moment. Sunday, I'd assume, a little bit more of a crowd. Most parents lined up the couple rows behind the net here. Spectators in attendance witnessing the USCAA Softball National Invitational Tournament. 1-2 pitch on Malvasio. Inside for ball 2. Evens up the count. Malvasio struck out in the first inning. Christian Gates has been solid in the circle. The 2-2 inside swings at a bad pitch. It goes foul, and it looks like it may have gone off of her helmet. You hear the ooze from the crowd.
She got jammed, hit it straight up in the air, back toward her body, and it knocked the helmet straight off.
Hit her in the brim. The 2-2. Winding, delivering outside. It's popped up to the first base side. Squeezing it is Morgan, and we have one away in the bottom of the fourth.
Also, Trevor, I don't want to play weather person on the radio or on the internet, but I got to tell you, we have thickening clouds to be expected, and the prognostication is going to be roughly within the hour, the chance of some precipitation.
The chance. The likelihood of that? We do not know yet. 0-1 count now on Marino, the number 2 hitter in the lineup, second batter of the inning. Pitch hit hard, but it's foul right behind section 105 along the first base side.
It's the first one I've seen reach the roof.
Besides, of course, that home run in the first game. Raylan Livolk of Judson hit one on the right center side as 0-2 pitch is in there for strike 3, and there are 2 gone now in the bottom of the fourth inning. Christian Gates rolling through the lineup. Lisa Shear comes in, tries to break up what currently is a no-no through 4.
And the Hanover area senior is not overpowering anybody by any stretch of the imagination, just doing a great job of changing speeds.
Shear takes time, now stands back in. The right-hander facing the right-hander Gates. Wines fires inside, strike 1 as Shear strung straight through that one.
Nice changeup down in the zone.
Outfield straight away, infield straight away. The 0-1 pitch on Shear. Grounded right back up the middle. It is broken up, and Lisa Shear reaches aboard first base with a single. How about that, Todd? The first time I mention it, it's the first time we get a single.
That's why my young apprentice that you're not supposed to mention the fact that there are no hits. Some of them subscribe to that, some don't. And if you have the no-no going, normally you go line score, but that's a nice job nonetheless.
So Shear gets aboard. We'll see how many hits come from this point forward.
As we saw in the first game, too, with Judson. Runs are at a premium, and the same thing, a couple of big innings for the St. Mary of the Woods team as well.
0-1 pitch. This one's hit sharply over to left field. Going back, it's over the head of Rapogel. Rounding second is Shear. Coming around third, she's going to try to score. Going to second is Marino. She's in, and it's a 2-1 ball game now as Charamonte drives in the first run of the contest for St. Joseph's.
Well, I got to tell you, with the wind now blowing directly in from center field, in the first game it was blowing right to left center. We were all over the left fielder from Judson, and it's now a trend as opposed to a mistake in the first game because the left fielders are having a real tough time picking up the ball off the bat.
We've seen 3 fly balls out to left field, and all 3 have been handled the same way. Now do up Caitlin Kakavis. The catcher stands in and takes ball 1 high. On second base is Charamonte. She drove in the first run of the contest. 2-1 the score. This one is inside, grounded to the shortstop Poole, who throws over to Morgan, the first baseman. He squeezes it high, and the side is retired. St. Joseph's goes away, but they score one on 2 hits, 1 left to board. Top of the 5th coming up next. Brow, Poole, and Flegel. This is USCAA softball on ESPN Williamsport.com. Top of the 5th here at Firestone Stadium. USCAA National Invitational Tournament of softball action here on ESPNWilliamsport.com. Trevor Turner, Todd Bartley. Todd, we're seeing a game it was a matchup of 2 pitchers between 2 All-Americans, Kristen Gates and, of course, Charamonte on the mound, Allison Charamonte on the mound for St. Joseph's. And we're seeing a little bit of offense now coming in the middle innings.
Well, now since Mont Alto gave back that run to St. Joe's in the last half inning, they look to add that back to make that a 2-run margin again, because as we saw, and not to belabor the point, in these types of tournaments, runs are going to be at a premium all tournament long.
Aussie pitch misses the zone on Casey Brow, the leadoff hitter in the top of the 5th inning for Penn State Mont Alto. 3 hits, 2 runs so far on the contest. 1-0 pitch, high, but it's in there. 1-1 evens up the count. Charamonte delivers. This one's low in the dirt and inside. So 2-1 on Casey Brow, the designated player. Number 10 struck out in the 3rd inning. Was part of 3 straight strikeouts before Penn State Mont Alto found their offense after that. 2-1 pitch, or 1-2 pitch, I should say. Nope, 2-1 pitch is outside, ball 1, so 2-2. 2-2 the count on Casey Brow. Stands in, swings at this one. It's tipped foul. And we'll do it again. Kaylee Poole on deck. She had the first hit of the contest and would later score. Part of that 2-run effort in the top of the 3rd. 2-2 pitch swung through outside, strike 3. And Charamonte gets her 5th strikeout of the contest.
Shortstop, number 2.
Did her a favor there, chased one low and outside.
Casey Poole. Kaylee Poole at the plate. 1 for 2 on the contest. Singled in the 3rd. Flew out in the 1st. Takes first pitch for a strike 1. She scored the first run of this contest. 3 total runs. 2 for Penn State Mont Alto. 0-1 pitch. Low and inside. Ball 1. As we see the next teams warm up on field 2, Todd.
Rochester and Penn College.
Williamsport's own Penn College. 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. It's now a 1-2 count on Kaylee Poole. With 1 out, faces on. This one's hit out to right field. Selling under it is Sedelli. Squeezes it with 2 hands, and we have 2 away in the top of the 5th.
Those dugout interviews, I got to tell you, the ladies from Bklyn, they have quite the set of lungs. You heard the chants that they're raining down on this ball field today? My goodness.
I have a headset on and I can hear it. Kira Flegel now in. Takes the first pitch for a strike. It was low and inside. Flegel 1 for 2 in the contest. Had a single in the 3rd and scored. This one's grounded very softly to second. Marino throws to Palmieri, gets the third out. 1-2-3 inning in the top of the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. 1-2-3. Sadelli, Palmieri, and Norris due up for St. Joseph's. This is USCAA softball on ESPNWilliamsport.com. Back at Firestone Stadium here in Akron, Ohio, bottom of the fifth inning, as Andrea Sadelli is set to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning. She struck out in the second and bats left-handed. Kristen Gates delivers. First pitch is outside for ball one. Penn State Mont Alto leads St. Joseph's of Bklyn 2-1 in this contest. In the bottom of the fifth inning, we will go to 7. Now, a bizarre sequence as the 1-0 pitch slips out of the hand of Kristen Gates, rolls over to her shortstop, and she'll get it back with an embarrassed look on her face.
She was going to throw the backup ball that time.
Backup ball.
That backspin just came right out of her hand.
And it's counted as a ball. So it's a 2-0 pitch, and she responds by throwing that one nicely in the zone. It's now 2-1. Interesting that that's a ball. Could be called a pickoff throw as well. 2-1 pitch, ground to first. It's bobbled. Now goes to second. Throwing to first is Zanoble, and they get Sadelli for the first out of the contest. A 3-4-3, but not a double play. Emily Palmieri now at bat, the first baseman. She struck out in the third. She was the third strikeout victim of Kristen Gates, who now has a total of 5 for the contest. First pitch, swing straight through it, strike one. 2-1 the score. Lady Lions over the Lady Bears. St. Joseph's of Bklyn now at the plate in the bottom of the fifth. The 0-1 pitch taken inside, ball one by Emily Palmieri.
They're down to their final 8 outs.
It's about crunch time, but it's a close contest here. 1-1 pitch, high in the zone, swing straight through it, strike two on Palmieri. As we see the Penn College Lady Wildcats warming up on field 2. 1-2, outside ball 3, just off the plate, and that evens up the count. Palmieri from Staten Island, New York, almost all of this team from within the New York city limits. 2-2 pitch, swing straight through it, and make her number 6, the 6th strikeout victim of Kristen Gates in this contest. 2 outs now as Lauren Norris comes to the plate in the bottom of the 5th.
See, Coach Carbone's got a great recruiting budget because all he's got to do is use public transportation and get to any one of the 5 boroughs in New York City.
It's not like going to one household, but
exactly.
It's still within the boroughs. St. Joseph's College in Bklyn, New York. As the first strike is thrown, it was a foul ball back to the net on the first base side.
Their baseball team plays in the same ballpark that the Bklyn Cyclones play in, and the Williamsport Crosscutters will be in Bklyn this year.
How about that?
We alternate the trip to Staten Island and Bklyn every other year.
0-1 pitch, ground into the hole to short, goes to her right, throws to first, and gets the runner in time. Kaylee Poole makes a great play at short, and the Lady Bears go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the 6th coming up next. DeShong, Dell, and Ray due up for the Lady Lions. This is USCAA softball on ESPNWilliamsport.com.
21.
Helene DeShong leads off the top of the 6th inning for Penn State Mount Alto. They lead St. Joseph's of Bklyn 2-1 in the first round of the USCAA Softball National Invitational Tournament. There's a mouthful for you. Trevor Turner alongside Todd Bartley. The first pitch popped up to the second baseman, Marino, and DeShong is retired quickly as we now have one away in the top of the 6th inning. Lady Lions looking to get an insurance run for closing out, potentially, the Lady Bears of St. Joseph's. Mount Alto is the lower seed in the contest, 6th seed. First pitch now on Laura Dell, the catcher. Check swing, it's high for ball 1.
They had a great PSUAC tournament knocking out Penn College and advancing to take on Penn State Beaver. Championship series.
Incidentally, the only two teams that Penn State Mount Alto has lost to this year. Both also in this tournament that will be broadcasting all weekend. 1-1 pitch taken, and now it's 2-1 as that one was outside on Laura Dell. 3 losses on the year for Penn State Mount Alto.
Just outside, by the way.
Just outside on Laura Dell. 2-1 pitch with 1 out. Fisted foul on the right field line.
The Seneca, Pennsylvania native that's calling the balls and strikes today did the old double take. Is very close, just off the outside corner.
Delayed response. A little delayed signal as well. I feel a breeze coming in here. 2-2 pitch with 1 out. Catches the outside corner for strike 3. And Chiaramonte continues to strike out opposing batters.
Number 15,
And there are now 2 retired in the top of the 6th inning. The 7th strikeout for the pitcher, Allison Chiaramonte. Sheriel Ray at the plate now stands in right-handed, the third baseman. Takes ball 1 on the outside. Sheriel Ray grounded out to the pitcher in the 2nd and grounded out to first in the 4th. 1-0 pitch on Ray, inside for ball 2. 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 error for Penn State Mount Alto. St. Joseph's, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors. It's been a pitcher's duel here at Firestone Stadium. This one's grounded to second. Going down by her feet is Marino. Throws to Palmieri. And we have out number 3 in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Can St. Joseph's tie this one up? Marinello, Malvazio, and Marino do up. It's USCAA action here on ESPN Williamsport.com. St. Joseph's College down to their final 6 outs here at Firestone Stadium in Akron, Ohio. Leading off, Jackie Marinello stares in and looks at the first pitch, ball 1. Kristen Gates has been really solid pitching for the Penn State Mount Alto Lady Lions. Trevor Turner alongside Todd Bartley. 1-0 pitch is high out of the zone, ball 2. Only 1 run so far. It was a series of hits. Lisa Shearer broke the no-hitter in the 4th, the ground ball up the middle, and then was doubled home by Allison Chiaramonte. 2-0 pitch. This one just catches the high and inside corner. It looked to be outside the zone to me.
A delayed call once again.
Jackie Marinello takes the first strike. It's 2-1 now, the count on her. She grounded out to short in the 3rd inning. The 2-1. Through the middle, it's hit back behind the net over the stadium, and that will be strike 2 with a foul ball. Third baseman in just slightly. Outfield straight away. Marinello batting from the right side. 2-1 pitch. Outside pitch. Ball 3. We have yet to see a walk so far in this contest. But Marinello 1 pitch away as the count is 3-1.
Umpire just flashed 3-2, so somebody on the board. There we go. Payoff pitch.
Payoff pitch, and that's strike 3. So from 3-1, suddenly we have a strikeout as Marinello goes down. The first out of the inning. Militia Malvasio now up to bat with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning.
That's what those delayed umpire calls will do to you.
I thought that, that ball that went over the stadium, I thought that was strike 2. So Militia Malvasio takes first pitch high and outside, ball 1. She struck out in the first, popped out to the first baseman in the 4th inning. The leadoff hitter. The 1-0 pitch fired from Gates. This one's grounded sharply over to the shortstop, going to right, throwing to the first. High, and she squeezes it. Morgan makes a great play at first, and Poole with a very nice backhanded play and a throw, and there are 2 away in the bottom of the 6th.
Trevor, she got her by a full step.
Great throw.
Indeed.
A great throw. Once again, continuing solid play by Kaylee Poole at shortstop. Danielle Marino now checks in. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. 4 outs away for St. Joseph. This one's grounded down the first base line. It is fair. It's into the outfield. She turns but will stay at first base as Flegel brings it back in, runs it into the infield, and we have 1 aboard. St. Joseph's trying to mount a 2-out rally.
The third baseman.
Marino grounded that one sharply along the line.
It's indefensible. You literally take it right toward the bag, and it's 1 ball wide inside and down the right field line.
Lisa Shear at the plate. 1 for 2. First pitch swung on strike 1. Just mistimed her swing. She has 1 aboard in the bottom of the 6th. Her Lady Bears trail the Lady Lions of Penn State Mount Alto 2-1. 3 hits for either squad. First pitch, or 0-1 pitch I should say, high up in the air towards the first base side. Running for it is Morgan. Cannot track it down. Dropped right of her glove. And now it will be 0-2. Morgan had to go away for it. Had to go all the way over to her dugout by the railing. And couldn't handle it.
Well, I think that's what made her pull up just a little bit short as she was approaching the railing, which is padded, by the way. But you start seeing that yellow border and green border, think twice about making that catch.
The 0-2 on Shear. Strike 3, and so the throw down to second will not matter. 1 hit, 1 left aboard, and no runs in the bottom of the 6th. To the last inning, the top of the 7th. Morgan, Zenobel, and Rapogel due up for the Lady Lions. This is the USCAA Softball National Championship Tournament on ESPNWilliamsport.com. Penn State Mount Alto Lady Lions looking to add an insurance run on the top of the 7th inning. They lead the Lady Bears of St. Joseph's 2-1 in the first round of the USCAA Softball National Championship Tournament. St. Joseph's the 3 seed, Penn State Mount Alto the 6 seed. But right now, behind the strong pitching effort of Kristen Gates, the Lady Lions in position to pull an upset here. First batter is Alicia Morgan for the Lady Lions. On the mound for the Lady Bears is Charamonte. She's equally been solid. both giving up 3 hits. 1-0 pitch, shot back to the net, and it'll be 1-1. Trevor Turner, Todd Bartley, ESPNWilliamsport.com here in Akron, Ohio, for this entire tournament. We're in here for the long run. The 1-1 pitch. It's high in the zone. She swings through it, and Alicia Morgan has 2 strikes on her.
It's a good pitch up in the zone, changing the eye level. Normally after a 1-2 offering, they go back to the changeup.
1-2 pitch. Once again, the same spot. She fists this one back to the net, and will do it again. That high and inside pitch has worked for her the last 2 innings. Allison Charamonte led this tournament in strikeouts last year, named to the All-Tournament team last year, and was an All-American this year. 1-2 pitch. Low in the zone. It's chopped foul once again. So 1-2, the count stays on Alicia Morgan.
There was the changeup.
There it was. See if she goes back to that high and inside pitch. Morgan grounded out in the second, and she grounded out in the fourth. To short and then to second. 1-2 pitch. Outside, checked her swing, did not hold up, and it is strike 3 on Alicia Morgan. Charamonte continues to mow down these hitters. That is her 8th strikeout of the contest, as Amber Zanoble now checks in at the plate with 1 out in the top of the 7th.
8 punch-outs, yet trails 2-1.
That's a testament, I think, to just how well both pitchers have pitched in this contest. The first pitch, strike 1 on Zanoble.
Well, and then the aggressive base running to get that second run.
Very aggressive. 0-1 pitch, and you talked to Coach Bobby Davis, who mentioned that aggressiveness on the base pass is really the mantra of his team. They follow that philosophy, they're going to stay aggressive, and it paid off. And that currently is the difference. 0-2 now on Amber Zanoble. Stands in, chops this one off the fist to the second baseman Marino, flips to Palmieri at first, and we have 2 away in the top of the 7th inning.
The left fielder,
Sarah Pogel,
19,
now the number 8 hitter in the lineup.
Pogel.
This one's been an easy one to call, Todd. Not a lot of hits. No substitution so far. We'll see if that changes. 4 outs away right now.
Rapogel wearing the lower body armor on the knees and then above the shins.
1-0 pitch outside. So it's ball 2 now.
Check it. He just made a delayed called strike 1.
I'm noticing that a couple times. A little bit delayed sometimes with this umpire. 1-1. Running swing over, and it's back to the net. It's strike 2 on the foul ball. 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Penn State Mount Alto leads 2-1 over the Lady Bears of St. Joseph's. Mount Alto a 6th seed in the tournament. Double elimination format. Winner goes on to play St. Mary of the Wood. 1-2 pitch on Sarah Pogel. Winding, firing, grounded over to the shortstop. Running play, goes to her left, throws to first, in the dirt, picked up by Palmieri. And that is out number 3 as Palmieri does a great job scooping that one. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 7th. St. Joseph's with a chance to take the lead. They trail 2-1. This is USCAA Softball National Championship Tournament on the ESPNWilliamsport.com. We go to the final half inning here for St. Joseph's. In the bottom of the 7th inning, standing in, and Allison Charamonte takes the first strike at the knees. They trail Penn State Mount Alto 2-1 in the final 3 outs here. Charmonte looking at the right-hand delivery, hits this one deep to left field. It's foul over the bleachers, and it'll just be 0-2. Charmonte with a lone RBI of the contest for the Lady Bears of St. Joseph's. Had an RBI double in the 4th inning. Popped out in the 2nd. As Kristen Gates looks to finish her off. 0-2. This one's fisted high up in the air. Over to Poole, the shortstop. She squeezes it for out number 1. And St. Joseph's now down to 2 outs.
Catcher, number 31, Bklyn.
Caitlin Kakavas in. First team All-American in the USCAA. 0 for 2 so far, the catcher, with 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th inning. Of course, in collegiate softball, this is the final inning. In international rules would put a runner on second base in extra innings. 1-0 pitch on Kakavas. Winding, delivering, firing. It's on the inside corner for strike 1. Caitlin Kakavas, 0 for 2 for St. Joseph's. .453 batting average coming into this contest. Delayed strike call, so 1-1. This pitch is hit over to second base through the legs of Zanoble, the second baseman, who could not get it on the fly. And we have 1 aboard in the bottom of the 7th inning.
So the tying run's on.
We'll see if that one scored a hit or an error on the 1-1 pitch. As Andrea Sidelli checks in 0 for 2 in the contest. Grounded out in the 5th, struck out in the 2nd. Runner on first, delivers this one right back to the pitcher. She turns, goes to short. The throw down to first, no, she holds on to it, and they'll just get 1. Sidelli reaches first on the fielder's choice. Kakavas goes down. And they're saying Kakavas did get a hit on that previous play. But regardless, she's out of the game now. 2 outs now, the final out, and it's Emily Palmieri who has struck out so far on both of her at-bats in this contest. St. Joseph's trails Mount Alto 2-1 with 1 aboard. First pitch high and outside, but a strike as it catches the outside corner. Sidelli is on first. Palmieri at the plate. 0-1 delivery from Gates. Inside for ball 1. Frank Picarbone seeing his team down 1 run in the bottom of the 7th inning in this double elimination tournament. 1-1 the count. Swung on, foul back to the net. And now St. Joseph's of Bklyn down to their final strike. Emily Palmieri standing in, the first baseman who's made some good plays in the field for the Lady Bears. The 1-2 with 2 outs. I'm going to say inside for ball 2. Couldn't read the call from the umpire, but it is ball 2, so 2-2 now. Sidelli on first, Palmieri at the plate, Gates on the mound, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, down 1. The 2-2 swung through, strike 3, and Penn State Mount Alto takes it 2-1. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error to 1 hit, 4 hits, and 2 errors for the St. Joseph's Lady Bears. Mount Alto, the 6th seed, pulls the upset. They will play St. Mary of the Wood. That game will be taking place today at 6 p.m. The loser will face Judson College. That will be St. Joseph's trying to get back into this one. We'll have a post-game recap here on ESPNWilliesport.com, and we'll name our player of the game coming up after the break. This is the USCAA Softball National Championship Tournament on ESPNWilliesport.com. Yeah. St. Joseph's Lady Bears, the 3 seed in the tournament, go down in the first round. They will have a chance to make that up in this double elimination tournament. Takes 2 losses to get out of this one. They lose to Penn State Mount Alto 2-1, and it was really the top of the order who dominated. Only 3 hits in the contest for Mount Alto, but one of those hits, a 2-run single by Helena DeShong, the difference in the contest, but Kristen Gates dominated opposing hitters throughout the contest. 7 innings pitched, only 4 hits given up, only 1 run, no walks, and 9 strikeouts for Gates. On the other side, a solid performance in her own right from Allison Charamonte. Only 3 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned, 8 strikeouts, and 7 innings pitched. It was a pitcher's duel, and right now we'll announce our player of the game with Todd Bartley on the field, and it will be Kristen Gates.
Thank you.
Trevor, thanks for kindly to be joined by our USCAA softball player of the game, Kristen Gates, out of Hanover area in Pennsylvania. Just 1 run allowed. What was kind of the key for you today?
Just mostly letting my team do the work, and if they need help, I would be there, and just go out there, have fun, and just play our game.
Offensively, the 2 big runs for you guys in the 1 inning, and then you really stole the other game-winning run with aggressive base running.
Yes, we did. It was scary, but we went through it. We got through it.
Now, the next opponent you'll have is St. Mary of the Wood. Did you get a chance to see them in the opener?
No, I did not get a chance to see them yet because we were out there warming up, so I guess we'll see what happens.
Congratulations on being our player of the game.
Thank you.
Trevor, back up to you.
And we'll see what happens at 6 o'clock. It will be St. Mary of the Woods versus Penn State Mount Alto in the winner's bracket. That will be the second round action. The losers, Judson, from the first contest against St. Joseph's of Bklyn. That contest will run simultaneously at the same time at 6 o'clock over on Field 2, so we'll be able to catch some of that, but we will not be bringing you that game. So once again, Penn State Mount Alto 2, St. Joseph's of New York 1. We move to game number 3. That one will be at 2 o'clock. Right here coming up, Rochester, the 1 seed, against Penn College. The Williamsport-located Penn College up in the 1-8 matchup. Tune in for that. This has been first round action of the USCAA Softball National Championship Tournament on ESPNWilliamsport.com.